But I figured I'll just do a quick, like, little get to know me. Hey, y'all. So I'm just gonna give you a tour of my office here at Keller Williams, or the. So I'm headed to go drop off a money order for my client. She's doing a lease property. And then I'm gonna go to happy hour. All right, done working for the day, and I am headed to meet up with one of my friends by the Galleria in Houston. I'm trying to see all my friends before I leave. And in my mind, I keep telling myself I'm really not gonna be gone because I'm gonna try to commute. But who knows how often I'll be home to hang out with my friends. So I got I've arrived a little early. My friend is still sitting in horrible Houston traffic. Actually, she's texting me now. I'm on my way, sorry. Let me respond. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so she's on her way, sitting in that horrible Houston traffic. But I figured I'll just do a quick, like, little get to know me because I haven't really formally introduced myself. My name is Alexia Nicole. Welcome to my channel. I truly hope you all are going to enjoy these videos that I'm putting out. And if you like it, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be coming to you definitely about flight attendant life because I've been showing you what I've been doing a little bit to prepare for training, and I'll also post a little more videos, and then also what my real estate life is like, because I plan on still doing real estate. I don't know if I'll still technically be in production, but I'm going to interpret that into my travel life somehow, because I've just been blessed with being able to, you know, fulfill both of these life dreams of mine. I mean, I've always dreamt of being a flight attendant, and it's finally coming to pass. And real estate was something that I fell in love with a few years ago, and I just decided to go for it. So that's a little bit about, you know, what my channel is going to be about. But let me just tell y'all how I decided that I wanted to be a flight attendant. My family is originally from Jamaica, my mother and my father. I've been traveling since I was 3 months old, and I just got the travel bug, you know. I used to go to Jamaica every summer to spend time with my family there, and of course we traveled to many other islands, and I just loved it. So after college, I remember the first airline that I applied to was United, and that was in 2010. I'm dating myself here, so now y'all can kind of pretty much figure out how old I am, but whatever. That was in 2010, and then the application process was different than it was now. They weren't doing virtual interviews. You know, you applied online. I believe you still did the assessment, but they just, if they liked your resume and if you passed the assessment, they invited you to come to their face-to-face interview. I was young. I didn't prepare. You know, and I was so nervous. You know, when you want something so bad, all you have is a bundle of nerves. Well, at least that's all that I had, was a bundle of nerves. So I got there, you enter the room, there's recruiters standing all around, and then everybody that's there to interview is just like sitting down. What I didn't know then, which I know now, is that I should have been mingling with people and talking. But instead, I just met one girl, and I just sat there and talked to her the whole time. I didn't know any better. So I go in, and then they call you one by one to do your first, like, one-on-one interview, and then they have you read out, I guess, just one of their flight attendant scripts or whatever. And I did that, and they walked me out and told me, that was the end of the interview, and they would be letting me know if I got the job or not. Then I didn't know that obviously that was a no, because there's more steps to it. But I waited for the email. It came through and said, thank you, but no thank you. So many candidates, blah, blah. When I first got, bit by the bug of going through the flight attendant interview process, and I didn't want to give up. I don't have a give up personality, so I was just like, okay. So the next interview I kind of remember, and I really don't remember how much time there was in between that one and this next one, or any of all the other ones in between then. But I remember this is kind of when Spirit Airlines was becoming popular, and I went to interview with them in Dallas, Texas. That's where their interviews were held at that time, and it was more of like an open house session, so you didn't really have to apply online. Excuse me. I'm probably gonna sneeze one more time, because I always sneeze 2 times in a row. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I went to Dallas to go to a Spirit open house, and Spirit was the newer airline. I knew my aunt in Florida loved them, so I was like, okay, let me try it out. So I got there. You walk into the room, and I want to say it was probably about 100 to 200 applicants there. It was insane. So I got there, and they kind of go over what all the interview process is going to be like, what Spirit Airlines has to offer, really go into what the job will be and all of that. And then they call everybody one by one, and you have to go up and introduce yourself. So of course this is also a part of the interview. So you go up, and I believe they, said, tell us what your name is and tell us one thing about you, or just something simple. We didn't talk for a long time at all. So I did that. I, spoke loudly and clear, and I smiled, and I made sure that I followed exact instructions. That is a big thing with the airline interviews, that you have to make sure that you are following instructions to the T. So if they say announce your name before you speak every single time, make sure you announce your name before you speak every single time. So they liked me. I think I did another kind of one-on-one interview. No, honestly, I don't remember. It was so many years ago. I think this was like 2012 or 2013. But either way, I remember I had to stay in Dallas that night, because it was a 2-day interviews thing. So if you made it the first day, then the next day you go back and sorry, my phone is like going off. I'll clear that. The next day you go back for the final day of interviews. So I think that was like 2 portions. You sat down with somebody, and then you did kind of like a panel interview. And the last portion of the interview, like the panel interview, they didn't want me. They didn't like me. And I was so hurt. And they don't tell you why. I asked. I was like, well, can you give me some feedback for, next time, or so, I can do better? And they literally said, sorry, we can't tell you anything. And I was just like, okay. Thinking to myself at the time, like, how am I supposed to get any better? Like, who's supposed to tell me what I'm doing wrong if I don't know what I'm doing wrong? So my feelings were definitely hurt. So I think after that, I kind of did just kind of say, forget it. Let me just focus on my career right now. And that's what I did. I studied fashion merchandising, so I got back into retail. Well, I never left it, but I just kept focusing on that more and climbing the ladder of the retail world and things like that. But then again, that flight attendant bug hit me, and my whole family knew I wanted to be a flight attendant. So anytime they saw any airline hiring, they would always send it to me. And of course, I just kept applying for United over and over again, because that's really all I knew. That's really the only person I flew. Living here in Houston, Texas, IAH is one of United's biggest bases. So that's who I flew all the time. I wanted to stay here at home. I didn't want to have to go anywhere else. So, but I had to get over that, because when I started applying again, they had started doing these virtual interviews. I think 2013-14 was probably the first time that I had to do the virtual interview. And the virtual interview is where, so after you do your application, after you do the assessment and they like you, they're going to send you a link to do I keep saying virtual, it's video interview, really, virtual video, whatever. They're going to send you a link to do a video interview, and it's you recording yourself, kind of like I'm talking to the camera right now, and it's a computer asking you questions. So I really wasn't prepared for that, and I never really knew, like, I just never thought to Google it or, figure out, what it's gonna ask me or anything like that. I just always did it on the whim. They sent it. I would, I did know to get dressed up and look professional, because you still have to treat it like it's a face-to-face interview. So I would still, get business casual or business professional wear or whatever and do it. And I put my makeup on, I put my earrings on, I had my red lip. But I guess I just wasn't answering the questions right, because I believe I did that interview maybe 3 times. At the time, you could only apply to United every, once a year. Now I think you can apply every 6 months. But they didn't like me. So that was that, my feelings were hurt again, of course. So let's fast forward to October, November of 2016. Life has changed a lot. I've left retail. I've become a full-time realtor, which I absolutely love. I'm at a great office with great motivating people. Production is great. Just everything's good. But I still felt like I was missing something. And I wanted to travel. And, I wanted to see the world. And I needed to figure out a way to make that work. So I went back to flight attendant. And now this time, Facebook, of course Facebook was big then, but Facebook has all these Facebook groups and things like that. And I decided to start watching YouTube and seeing if I could find flight attendants on there and how to get the job. So that's what I did. So I got on YouTube. I found Ebony Christina's page, and I watched her videos, and I saw she had a group on Facebook, so I joined her group on Facebook, which is amazing. The ladies in that group are so sweet, so motivational. Any help that you need, you can definitely get it from that group. And then that allowed me to find other flight attendant groups on Facebook. And you can really just go through the whole group and literally find out anything you want to know about any airline that there is on these groups. So this is when I really started doing my research for the airlines that I were applying for, trying to find what possible video interview questions that they will ask, what questions they'll ask at the face-to-face, just everything, y'all. So I applied at the end of last year, I applied with Delta, American, and United. Yeah, the big 3, of course, the big 3. So with Delta, I did their virtual interview. With United, okay, I did theirs. Of course, again, they didn't like me, and this is even after I've done my research. So I was just like, okay, let me step out the box and try some other airlines, because obviously this one isn't working for me. Applied with Delta, applied with American, did both of their made it to both of their video interviews, and then I didn't hear anything from them for another month or 2. It's such a long process. This interviewing process, applying process with the airlines, for some people it goes like this. For me, obviously, it's taking forever. But so I remember it was right around Christmas time, a few days before Christmas, I got a keep warm email from Delta. And they were like, keep warm, we saw your video interview, we loved it, we'll be sending out emails to schedule face-to-faces soon. Oh my God, I was so happy. I was so excited. I was like, this is just the opportunity that I need. I just need to be able to sit down in front of them and they're going to love me, right? Then Christmas comes. Christmas is good. 2 days after Christmas, I got the thanks but no thanks email from Delta. We loved your video interview, but there's so many candidates that have applied. You know, we've decided to move forward with other people, blah, blah, blah. Hurt my feelings to the core. Same day, a few hours later, I got an email from American. And they were like, oh, you know, we want to invite you out to our face-to-face. Like, joy beyond joy. Like, you don't even know how much joy I felt. So that was that. Went to the face-to-face and got sent home. Didn't get the job, y'all. And I was just like, man, all this waiting, all this setting, what didn't I do right? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? You know, it just makes you definitely think. So, and I decided not to give up. So I applied to a few regionals. I applied to a few what they call low-cost carriers. And fast forward to now today, here I am with my CJO, my conditional job offer, just awaiting a training date. So it's just a long process, but the one thing that I'll definitely say is that you have to stay motivated. You have to do your research on the airlines that you're applying for. Make sure your resume is good, like good. Make sure it's going to point out that you have customer service skills, because that's definitely what they're looking for. They want to know that you can make their customers happy. You are the face of the airline as a flight attendant, and you need to show that when their customers interact with you, they're going to always be pleased. So, my friend is texting me, so it's time for me to go meet up with her for happy hour. I will definitely do another video in more detail of step 1 through 100 of how to become a flight attendant. There's so many videos out there, but everybody has their own perspective on it, so I'll definitely do one. But I really hope you all enjoy this video. Once again, click the like button. Please subscribe to my channel and go ahead and share it also. You know, I'm looking forward to this channel growing and people following my lifestyle and me being able to motivate and inspire people. So y'all have a blessed day.
To new things coming into our future.
Toasty, toasty.